So, greatest country in the world. And the person that leads it is the president, sets the tempo, the president of the United States. We can do anything we want to do. This country can. I remember 1969, G. Gordon Liddy, the talk show host, he was with the White House, I was with the Federal Drug Enforcement. He and I ran an field operation under President Nixon, who said, we're tired of this international drug traffic. We're going to send Mexico a message. We're going to close the border for 2 weeks. We didn't actually close it, but we checked every car that came in. We grabbed one marijuana cigarette. Of course, right after that, I took over Mexico City as a director. They hated us with a passion, what we did at that border. No more drugs came in. The message was sent to the Mexican president, do something or we're going to take away your money. We're going to close that border. And so I had a problem. I had agents undercover, and those days we could work undercover. In Turkey, where I was at, we were operational. So how do you straighten this out? So I used to have the Attorney General of Mexico over the house. My wife of 53 years, good cook, blueberry pie he liked, threw some whiskey in. I got more done with pie and whiskey in Mexico. So we can win the war, if you want to call it a war. We can win it, but you have to have the will. Forget the politics. It's an economic problem, diplomatic problem, fairness problem. I look at it as a fairness problem. Why should we legalize illegals here that violated the law when they closed the border? Nobody thinks of that. You did violate the law when you cross that border, federal law. Now we hope to move to state law in Arizona. So if you want to have amnesty, what about all those people around the world that have to wait for years and years and years to come into this country just because you cross the Rio Grande?
Can I make a quick announcement? They found a second package. This one they think belongs to Channel 4. So if is there anyone here from Channel 4, please go out into the lobby and talk to the sheriff. So anyone from Channel 4, please go out there and confirm the ownership of that second package. And we're still trying to get more information on the first one. Thanks. All right.
Where's my package? I don't know. I shouldn't joke about it. I do get some threats. I hope there are no threats. If there is, I hope it's against me and not you. So what? But huh? I live this every day. It's not. But don't worry about it. If you want to leave, as everyone said, hey,
we're working, Joe.
You sticking with me? Okay. So, we got some Marines here. Don't worry about it. By the way, it's 115 right in the tents. In 1993, I put up Korean War tents. I said I was going to do it. Being an old Army guy, I grabbed 70 tents, had to go to New Mexico. I couldn't get any help from Arizona. Did a midnight requisition, picked up 70, took them back to Phoenix, built the tents next to the dump, the dog pound, and the waste disposal plant. So tomorrow, it would be about 140 degrees in the tents. Well, wait a minute. Our men and women, I always shut everybody up when they complain. Our men and women are fighting for our country. They're living in tents. They never committed a crime. So quit complaining about living in a tent. So that was 18 years ago. Actually, 17 years. They're still there. 400,000 tents. I've had 4 presidential candidates visit me. Not, they didn't stay. Visit me in the tents. Remember Senator Dole? What did he do? Sell Viagra when he left or something? Bill Graham of Texas, not a friend of mine. Governor Wilson of California. McCain. They all visited, and they all lose. Nobody wins when they visit me in a tent. I tried to get Hillary here 2 years ago, but she was smart. So what I'm trying to say, if people running for president come and visit me in the tents, I think they must be pretty good tents. You know, I don't want it. I hope there's no media here. If they are, because I don't want to give a leak my next plan, but nobody watches TV here anyway, do you have television in Kansas, or where are we? Well, I'm going to celebrate my 17th anniversary next week in the tents. I'm very proud of them. And thanks to Chris, what I'm going to do is I already got an extra number of tents set aside for this new law, if it becomes effective on July 29. So I put up a vacancy sign 12 years ago. It shines 12 years ago. No one, no police or mayors or anybody ever say we cannot book people in that jail because the sheriff has no room. I have plenty of room, plenty of tents, and that's where they're going. That's where they're going. Now, I could talk about taking away their porno when I took office, taking away their R-rated movies. Actually, I went down to G-rated. I give them Lassie Come Home and Oh Yeller. Took away their cigarettes, took away their coffee. I should get the Heart Association Award of the Year. All I get is lawsuits. Put them on chain gangs, put the men on chain gangs 12 years ago. I'm an equal opportunity incarcerator, so I put the women on the chain gang. The only female chain gang in the history of the world. No one has ever hooked women together on a chain gang. Think of that. Have them on the streets with their striped uniforms, their pink underwear. Oh, by the way, we do put them in pink. I'll tell you the official reason. They were smuggling the white underwear out. You look under the belt, if it's white, they'd have 2 or 3 pairs. Can't tell the difference. But if it's pink, we know it's ours because nobody wears pink underwear. The other reason, they hate pink. Why would you give them a color that they like? I mean, in Arizona, they hate pink. They may like it somewhere else, but they like it.